All right, Kelly, here we are, postseason time again for the women's lacrosse program. You open up on Saturday here at home against Longwood, team you've already beaten this year. First off, hosting a postseason event, how important is that to you and your team?
It's huge. I mean, anytime you can host, especially in the postseason, I just think it gives you an advantage. And, I told the girls after senior day, I'm like, this isn't our last home game, so it's nice to give the seniors one more. So it's exciting. It's just nice to be home.
4-5 matchup with Longwood. We mentioned you beat them earlier. 4-5 contests usually on paper very split right down the middle, but you handled them pretty handily first time you matched up. Second time around, what's this matchup look like to you?
Well, it's postseason, and just like I told the girls, it's a brand new season for everyone, for us and for Longwood. So I'm sure they're looking at it, going into the game 0-0. And 4-5 is always tough. We played in that game last year as a 5 seed, and we lost in overtime. So, and we played them early in the season, so lots have changed. I'm excited about it. I think it's just gonna, it's gonna be a great game, and hopefully it gives us momentum going into the, the rest of the games. But it's tough, 4-5, and it's postseason. You never know what's gonna happen.
Always enjoy talking to you, Kelly, because you have an aura of positivity around your program. And you mentioned last year a 5 seed, now 4 programs making steps. This year in 2017, where have you seen the biggest growth?
That's a great question. I think our leadership, our senior class has really grown into a great group of mentors and role models for our underclassmen. And I think collectively our underclassmen are just a really great group, and they understand what it means to be a Division I athlete and the work that they need to put in, and they have good role models to kind of guide them through the process. So big picture, I think we're in a really good place because they're growing as people, and ultimately, that's really all you can ask for, so that it helps prepare them for the future outside of here. But I'm excited because this is, for some of them, this is their first time being in postseason. And I told them yesterday, I'm like, guys, this is, I'm like, we finished our game, our coastal game last year was on April 30th. I'm like, so you've been training 360 days for this time. And they just looked at me, and I'm like, it's exciting, it's special, and I think sometimes they need to be told that, because I'm like, this is extra time. Like, not every program is still getting to play. So, if we can take that mentality going into the postseason and just give it all we got, I think we'll have a good run.
I got to ask, as we tape this on Wednesday morning, today it's going to be in the mid-80s pretty much throughout the rest of the week. Now, the last 3 days, almost 3 inches of rain has fallen in the Lynchburg area. How have you navigated through that, and what have you done to prepare for this Saturday?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's funny because we were out yesterday and it was, misting, and I told the girls, I said, hey, appreciate this temperature because it's about to be really hot. And they're like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm like, and again, it is too, it's all about perspective. And this time of the year is always tough because the April games can be, like, our last few games have been pretty hot, and that's a whole different, beast when you're talking about playing in 88-degree weather. So, the more we get out, luckily we practice in the afternoon, so we're out in the heat of the day, so the more they can be prepared for that, and they can understand what it means to hydrate and get their bodies ready, I think we'll be in an okay place. But always, the end of the postseason is always tough because it's hot.
And finally, what's going to be the difference, you think, in this match against Longwood? What could be the ultimate make or break type of moment, you think, as you look ahead to Saturday?
We've been talking a lot about runs, these last couple weeks, and it's something we've been focused on, and just taking advantage of the moments of the game, and I think in our first game against Longwood, that was the difference. We really owned the runs in the game and the gaps in the game, that we like to call them. And so I think if, we come out strong and we take advantage of those moments when the ball's going up and down, back and forth, and, we can score a couple goals quickly in certain pockets of the game, I think we'll be in great shape, because then it gives us momentum throughout the rest of the game.
Awesome. We're excited for Saturday, Kelly. Good luck against Longwood, and we'll see you hopefully move on in the tournament, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
That's head women's lacrosse coach Kelly Nangle. Be sure to stay logged on here to libertyflames.com for more Liberty women's lacrosse action.